Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from 1945. This is more than just a small coin, it's a wartime relic, a collector's dream, and in some cases, a hidden treasure worth a life-changing amount of money. So if you're a collector, a history buff, or just someone who wants to know how a tiny coin can turn into a massive payday, stay locked in, listen closely, and enjoy every moment of this journey through American numismatic magic. The 1945 wheat penny was struck at the end of World War II, a year of victory, hope, and rebuilding. Millions of these pennies were produced as the nation celebrated the end of a global conflict. But as common as these coins might seem, a select few carry rare mint errors, unique features, and pristine conditions that make them incredibly valuable to collectors today. This coin represents not only a moment in time, but also an opportunity, because among the many, a few rare pieces shine with untold worth. Let's talk about why the 1945 wheat penny is catching fire in the collector market. One of the most thrilling discoveries in recent years involves error varieties that were never meant to exist. Some of the most sought after include double die obverse errors, where the coin design is accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned, during minting. If you take a close look at Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, 1945, and see clear, bold doubling, you may be holding a coin that's worth far more than a single cent. Another rare and desirable error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is visibly misaligned. When the design is significantly off-center but the full date remains readable, the coin's rarity increases dramatically. Combine that with a bright, lustrous surface, and the value can multiply instantly. These coins are not just oddities, they're showpieces that collectors chase relentlessly. There are also planchet errors to look out for, including clipped planchets where a portion of the coin is missing due to an irregular blank being fed into the minting press. These dramatic and obvious errors make any 1945 penny stand out instantly and are cherished for their uniqueness and eye-catching appeal. And then, of course, we have the elusive off-metal strikes, where the penny was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, such as a dime. These rare misstrikes are extremely valuable, especially when authenticated by grading services. Beyond errors, condition is king in the world of coin collecting. While most 1945 wheat pennies have long since worn down through circulation, a small number were preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, with strong luster, sharp details, and no visible wear. These coins, when professionally graded as MS66 or higher, are instantly elevated into elite collector territory. The richer the detail, the deeper the red color, and the cleaner the fields, the more desirable and valuable the coin becomes. What truly elevates the 1945 penny into a collector's dream is the combination of historical context, unique error types, and extremely high grade preservation. With America emerging victorious from war, coins from this year hold a sentimental and symbolic place in American history. Collectors not only value the metal and rarity, they value the meaning. It's this emotion and significance that keeps the demand for this coin high and rising. Auction houses across the country have seen an uptick in demand for 1940s Lincoln cents, particularly the rarest examples from 1945. A few incredibly well-preserved coins featuring rare error types have sold for astonishing figures. When one of these copper cents combines error, rarity, and beauty, it becomes a must-have for investors and collectors alike. Every once in a while, a coin like this surfaces and shocks the collector world with its price tag, and here's the moment you've all been waiting for. One absolutely stunning example of a 1945 wheat penny, struck in pristine mint condition and featuring a sharply defined double die obverse error, was recently auctioned for an extraordinary $200,000. That's right, a 1-cent coin, a simple piece of copper from the 1940s, turned into a six-figure fortune for its lucky owner. That's the kind of treasure that keeps collectors hunting, year after year. So take a close look through your coin collection, your family's old penny jars, or that roll of coins you've kept in a drawer for decades. The 1945 wheat penny could be hiding in plain sight, waiting to tell its story, and maybe even change your life. If you've come across a coin with unusual features, or you think you've got something special, drop a comment below and share your discovery. We'd love to hear from you and help you find out what it might be worth. Second rare coin, we journey into the story of the 1949 United States wheat penny, a tiny copper coin that might be hiding enormous value, waiting for the right collector's eye to discover it. The 1949 wheat penny may look like just another old Lincoln cent to the untrained eye, but make no mistake, this coin is hiding secrets. Minted over 70 years ago, this little piece of copper carries not just historical significance, but rare features and minting mistakes that make it one of the most thrilling discoveries for coin collectors across the globe. The closer you look, the more magic this coin reveals. Let's travel back to post-war America. The year is 1949, and the U.S. Mint is striking millions of wheat pennies at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. At first glance, it seems like business as usual. But as with many mass-produced items, not every penny was minted flawlessly. In fact, some of the most exciting and valuable coins are the result of these very imperfections, the rare minting errors that slipped through unnoticed, only to be uncovered by sharp-eyed collectors decades later. Among the most desirable and thrilling features of the 1949 wheat penny are the double die obverse errors. These occur when the coin's design is struck twice but slightly misaligned, causing the lettering and date to appear doubled. This isn't just a slight blur. In some cases, it's so bold and striking that you can see the doubling with your naked eye. The word Liberty might appear layered, or the date might have an unmistakable shadow. These errors are extremely rare, and incredibly valuable, and that's not the only thing that sets this coin apart. Another fascinating variety comes from the repunched mint marks, especially on coins from Denver and San Francisco. During that era, mint marks were applied manually with a punch. Sometimes the punch was misaligned, resulting in overlapping impressions. These RPMs, or repunched mint marks, are a collector's goldmine, especially when found in sharp detail and good condition. They tell a story not just of a coin, but of the hands that made it, of the process, the precision, and yes, the occasional mistake, but the true magic of the 1949 wheat penny shines brightest in its condition. Collectors across the world search tirelessly for specimens in mint state, uncirculated coins that have never seen wear, still glowing with that original red copper shine. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or higher are becoming increasingly rare with every passing year, and when combined with a dramatic error like a bold double die or clear RPM, the value can reach absolutely jaw-dropping heights. Now, let's talk about why collectors are obsessed with this particular coin. The reverse features two classic wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent, a design that represents American agriculture, strength, and simplicity. It's a beloved symbol of early 20th century coinage, and for many, it evokes a sense of nostalgia. For collectors, it's not just about money, it's about preserving history, owning a piece of the past, and maybe, just maybe, uncovering that once-in-a-lifetime rarity. What adds even more excitement is the fact that many of these rare 1949 wheat pennies are still out there, tucked away in old coffee cans, hidden in inherited coin jars, or resting unnoticed in dusty drawers. That's why collectors and dealers are constantly on the hunt, checking every penny they come across with magnifying glasses, light boxes, and a trained eye for detail. Imagine finding one of these treasures yourself, a penny that looks just like any other, but with a barely noticeable error that sets it apart from millions of others. These are the coins that end up making headlines, the coins that spark bidding wars at auctions, the coins that make a collector's heart race, and the best part? This isn't a fantasy, it's real. A single 1949 wheat penny, perfectly preserved in brilliant red condition, featuring a bold double die error or a clear repunched mint mark, has been sold at auction for an unbelievable sum of $145,000. That's right, one single copper penny, originally worth just 1 cent, fetched a life-changing six-figure price. It's the kind of story that turns casual hobbyists into passionate collectors overnight, so, if you're watching this right now, go check your collection. Look closely at those old wheat pennies. You might just be holding a coin that has the power to surprise you in the most incredible way. And if you have questions, or if you think you found something special, let us know in the comments. We'd love to help you uncover the hidden value of your coin collection, because you never know what treasures might be waiting. Third expensive coin, deep into the world of the 1953 United States wheat penny, a 1-cent coin that's surprising the collecting world with its rare errors, fascinating features, and incredible value. The 1953 wheat penny might seem like an ordinary Lincoln cent at first glance, but behind its modest appearance lies a story of rarity, mystery, and value that continues to captivate serious collectors. Minted during the prosperous post-war period, this coin came from 3 major U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and while hundreds of millions were struck, only a handful possess the rare characteristics that make them worth big money today. One of the reasons collectors are so obsessed with this coin is because of the unique errors that can be found in certain 1953 issues. These are not just simple imperfections, they are bold, visible mistakes that add immense value to the coin when discovered in good condition. Errors such as the double die obverse are especially thrilling. This occurs when the coin is struck twice with slight misalignment, making the date and lettering appear doubled and giving the coin a dramatic, layered look that collectors instantly recognize. Another powerful and rare feature to watch for is the repunched mint mark, often seen in coins from Denver and San Francisco. Back in the 1950s, mint marks were hand-punched into the dies, and if the punch was applied more than once, it could result in a visible overlapping effect. A strong RPM, repunched mint mark, on a 1953 D or 1953 S wheat penny is considered a prized variety and brings tremendous value, especially when paired with a high-grade condition. And speaking of condition, nothing increases a coin's value like exceptional preservation. Collectors go wild for coins in mint state, especially those graded MS65 or higher, which display full red luster, no signs of circulation, and crisp design details. A 1953 wheat penny in this kind of perfect state becomes a standout piece in any serious collection, especially when it features rare errors like double dies or mint mark repunching. The coin's design is another reason it remains so beloved. The obverse shows the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a timeless image of strength and unity, while the reverse displays the classic wheat stalks framing the denomination and country name. This simple yet elegant design represents America's history, agricultural roots, and enduring spirit, making the coin a sentimental favorite for collectors across generations. Let's not forget the excitement in the auction world, where recent sales of high-grade 1953 wheat pennies with unique varieties have made headlines. Coins with visible doubling or RPMs have sparked bidding wars among collectors eager to own one of these rare treasures. Each sale raises the profile of this coin, reminding the world that valuable discoveries can still be made from the comfort of your own collection. So how can you know if your 1953 wheat penny is valuable? Start by examining the mint mark under the date. A small D or S could be your first clue. Look closely with a magnifying glass for signs of doubling in the numbers, letters, or mint mark. Pay special attention to the 3 in the date and the word Liberty. Any shadow-like lines or overlap could indicate a double die error. If your coin still shines with that original reddish copper glow, it could be a real gem. The 1953 wheat penny is not just a collectible, it's a historical artifact and a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. Collectors today are searching harder than ever, digging through old jars, inherited collections, and flea market finds, all hoping to uncover one of these valuable coins. And with each discovery, the demand grows even more, making the 1953 wheat penny one of the hottest topics in the numismatic world right now. And now, for the moment that stirs the imagination of every coin lover, a single 1953 wheat penny, perfectly preserved in mint condition with a strong double die or repunched mint mark error, has recently been sold for a jaw-dropping $100,000 at auction. That's right, 1 cent transformed into $100,000, simply because of its rarity, condition, and the passion of collectors who recognize its true worth. Specially, Journey will take you deep into the mystery and value of the 1939 United States wheat penny, a coin filled with history, rare minting errors, and the potential to shock even the most experienced numismatists. The 1939 wheat penny holds a special place in American coinage, coming from a time when the country was just climbing out of the Great Depression and heading toward an uncertain future. The mints at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco were producing these pennies in large numbers, but what makes this particular year stand out are the rare mistakes and remarkable variations that occurred during the minting process, creating some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world. One of the most thrilling aspects of the 1939 wheat penny is the presence of double die errors, where the design on the coin is stamped twice, but slightly off alignment. These errors can cause noticeable doubling in the letters of Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and even the numbers in the date. When you look at a 1939 wheat penny and see those doubled lines, you're not just seeing an error, you're looking at a rare treasure that collectors will pay a premium to own. Even more exciting is the potential for repunched mint marks, especially on coins from Denver and San Francisco. These RPM errors happen when the mint mark was hand-punched more than once into the die, causing overlapping impressions that are clearly visible under magnification. A 1939 D or 1939 S penny with a strong RPM is incredibly rare, and when combined with a clean, uncirculated surface, it becomes one of the most prized pieces in any collection. Collectors are constantly searching for these coins in mint state condition, with bright red luster and sharp detail, untouched by circulation. These are the coins that truly capture the beauty of early 20th century US coinage, and they're becoming harder to find with every passing year. A 1939 wheat penny in MS-65 or MS-66 grade, especially with an error like a double die or RPM, is not just a coin, it's a showpiece, a centerpiece, and a dream come true for any coin enthusiast. What makes the 1939 wheat penny even more appealing is its stunning design, the strong profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the famous wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing growth, unity, and American resilience. This coin is not just about value, it's about legacy, history, and the craftsmanship of an era when every detail mattered. And that's why this coin is still in huge demand in the collector's market today. The collector market has seen an explosion of interest in these vintage coins, and the 1939 wheat penny is now one of the most discussed coins at major auctions and coin shows. When a rare example comes up for bidding, especially one with dramatic doubling or an extremely sharp mint mark error, collectors line up, and the bidding gets intense. Prices soar, competition grows, and the world gets reminded once again that even the smallest coin can hold incredible value. So how do you know if your 1939 wheat penny is special? Grab a magnifying glass and carefully inspect the date. Look for any signs of doubling in the 3 or 9. Look at Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear layered or shadowed, you may have a double die. If your coin has a D or S under the date, check for overlapping lines. That might be a repunched mint mark, which is one of the most exciting errors to find on this coin. These are the types of coins that make headlines and generate serious collector buzz. Stories have emerged of collectors finding rare 1939 wheat pennies in family coin jars, old cigar boxes, or inherited coin albums, only to discover they were sitting on a small fortune all along. These moments aren't luck, they're the result of curiosity, knowledge, and a willingness to look just a little closer at what others might overlook. And now for the most exciting part, a perfectly preserved 1939 wheat penny, featuring a powerful double die error, graded in superb mint state with rich red luster, recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $300,000. Yes, one single penny, worth just 1 cent when it was minted, transformed into an incredible six-figure payday, simply because of its condition, rarity, and historical significance. Last unique coin, exciting world of the 1958 D wheat penny, a coin that is quickly gaining attention in the collector community for its rarity, unique errors, and skyrocketing value. The 1958 D wheat penny marks the end of a beloved era in U.S. coinage, the final year of the iconic wheat reverse design, which had graced the back of the Lincoln cent since 1909. Produced at the Denver Mint, the 1958 D was struck in huge numbers, but only a few lucky examples emerged with the kinds of rare minting errors that now make collectors scramble to find them. What makes this coin truly special is that even in a common year like 1958, minting mistakes still happened, and those mistakes are now worth a fortune. One of the most thrilling discoveries among 1958 D wheat pennies is the double die obverse, a rare error that causes the lettering and date to appear doubled, often visible without even needing magnification. This variety is incredibly sought after and can turn a regular 1-cent coin into a collector's treasure. Another exciting feature that makes this coin valuable is the possibility of repunched mint marks, or RPMs. During this period, mint marks were still being hand-punched into dies, and in some cases, the punch was applied more than once, resulting in a noticeable overlapping or doubling of the D under the date. A strong, well-defined RPM on a 1958 D can instantly increase the coin's value, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Condition plays a major role in the value of this coin. The best examples are graded MS65 or higher, meaning they've never been circulated and still shine with that original red luster that collectors crave. A 1958 D wheat penny in mint state, with rich color and razor-sharp details, is not just a beautiful piece of American history, it's a high-value asset that collectors will pay big money to own. The design of the 1958 D penny also adds to its charm and significance. The front features President Abraham Lincoln, a timeless symbol of American unity, while the reverse showcases the final appearance of the classic wheat ears, a design that celebrates the nation's agricultural strength and spirit. Owning this coin is like holding a piece of living history, and it's no wonder that interest in it continues to grow year after year. Across the collecting world, auctions have brought surprising results for this coin, with bidding wars igniting over rare double die and RPM varieties in top condition. Collectors know that finding a clean, era-rich 1958 D penny is like striking gold, and recent sales have only added fuel to the fire, showing just how hot this coin is in today's numismatic market. So how do you spot a rare 1958 D wheat penny? Start with the date. Look carefully at the numbers, especially the 9 and 8, and the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see clear doubling, you may be holding a rare double die variety. Then check the mint mark. If the D looks like it's been stamped more than once, you might have a repunched mint mark on your hands. Combine that with strong red luster and uncirculated condition, and your coin could be extremely valuable. Collectors love this coin because it brings together rarity, beauty, and history all in one small copper piece. It's the kind of coin that surprises even experienced dealers and reminds us that treasure can be hiding in plain sight, in coin jars, old collections, or even passed down unknowingly through generations. And here's the most thrilling part: a stunning 1958 D wheat penny with a bold double die error, preserved in brilliant red mint state condition, has been sold in a recent auction for an eye-popping $98,000. Yes, a single penny, a coin once worth only 1 cent, transformed into a life-changing sum because of its rare features and impeccable quality. So check your coin collections closely, friends, because your very own 1958 D wheat penny could be hiding a fortune. If you found one with an unusual mark, brilliant shine, or strange doubling, share it in the comments. We want to hear your story. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss the next rare coin reveal, because your next great discovery could be 1 penny away.